me share the screen. Right. So is it clear everyone how to connect to the server remotely? Either you can give an IP address here or you can give a server name here. So once you give the name or IP address, then you can connect to the servers remotely. Sometimes you have to, if IP address, no issues. For IP address also, sometimes you have to give port number. I'll tell you what is port number and all later. Port is means simply it's a connection which is listening the okay communication from outside the world. That's it. Port means it's a simply a connection. It's a door kind of thing to the server. See, from door only we can enter into the house, right? In the same way, from that port only anyone can communicate. Okay, that is called port. Okay, sometimes you have to give port here. So if you see here, you can see ports networking. Let me go to the networking side. There you can see public port, inbound port and all. You can see that port. Okay, the port IP address, port number will be there. Okay, so this one port number 3389. Okay, if you see the port number, you can see the port number here. Just give a semicolon after the IP address, give port number 3389. Sometimes, I'm not saying every time, in case if you are unable to connect to the server using IP address, then give one semicolon and give the port number, then try it. Okay, so it will connect sometimes. Okay, sometimes it will happen like that, not regularly. So this is how, and this is meant by your FQDN name, your computer name, server name, dot your project or company name.com. Okay, the project or company name.com will be there. The whole name you can call it as a FQDN. Okay, FQDN. Right. So you have to give the server name while connecting to the server name or IP address while connecting server remotely. Okay, so how to do it for this is for Azure VMs. How to do it for Oracle virtual VMs. Okay, my on-prem machines. How to do it for my on-prem machines. Once you started the machine, you will get the screen like this. Even though you try to maximize the screen, you don't get full screen, guys. Okay, you will get this screen only. This much screen only you will get. Right. How can I get the full screen? Once I connected to the server remotely, to this server remotely. See, guys, here let me explain first of all what is meant by remote connections. Okay, how we are going to manage the things in the organization. Let me explain. Driver is one software that we are going to use for drawing the diagrams and all. Okay, create a new diagram. Batch 41. Create. Yes. 1 minute, guys. Let me put charging. Right. Fine. Yes. Okay. So what is meant by remote connections first of all? Okay. What is the difference between work from home and work from office? In case if we are doing work from home, how to connect, what precautions we have to take. Okay. How we are going to connect to the servers. Okay. So I'll explain now. Okay. So imagine this is your office. Okay. Imagine you are working for Infosys company and this is Infosys building. Okay. Infosys. Okay, and in the Infosys building I have servers. Okay, let me go with the SQL server. Okay, so this is my SQL server in the Infosys building. Okay, the SQL server is there. Okay, so you have to connect to this server, right? And now I am explaining about work from office. Okay, so in case if you are doing work from office, this is how we are going to connect to the server, right? This is the server that is maintained by the Infosys company, and now okay, yes, this is you. Okay, this is you only. Now you are in the Infosys building, means you are in the office location. You are at office. Okay, so and let me allocate one asset for you. Laptop. I'll allocate a laptop for you. Okay, assets in the organization will call laptops as assets. Okay, anything whatever they are providing, you can call it as a asset. Okay, ASSET asset. Okay, so this is your laptop. They gave you one laptop and this is your laptop. Okay. So now as you are in the Infosys office, happily you can turn on the laptop. Okay. And what you can do, you can just type MSTSC in your laptop directly. You can type MSTSC in your laptop. Okay. And then you will get a screen. It will ask the username and password. Sorry, it will ask the computer name. Let me go like this. What is the IP address of this machine? Control C. Let me go with this IP address. Okay. Control C. Control V. Right. So this is the IP address of this machine. Okay. This is the IP address of this machine. Now, once you just type MSTSC in your laptop, it will ask the server IP address. You will give, you want to connect to this server, right? You want to connect to this server. It will ask the IP address of the server. Simply in the MSTSC screen, you will enter this IP address, and then you will get a yes or no screen. Click on yes, then you can connect to the server like this remotely. Clear, guys? Is it clear? Simple. Nothing is there here. Clear, everyone? Please let me know. It's important.
Yes,
Okay?
Shanmugh. Yes.
Very good. This is how if you are doing work from office. Okay, you are in office premises only. Your laptop and your server both are connected to the same network, office network, in Infosys internet only, Infosys network only. You both are connected, so no issues, no need to use any extra softwares. Okay, simply directly you can happily connect. So, yes, one more thing here. Sometimes some companies will connect like this. Some companies, okay, we will have jump servers. Jump server means what? Let me go with any jump server. Let me check we have that image or not. Okay, so let me jump server. Okay, no jump server, right? Okay, not an issue. Just we'll go with one server. Okay, Windows server. Okay, done. Okay, so sometimes what you have to do, first of all, you have to connect to this jump server. Okay, because of extra security, nothing is there. Same process we are going to follow. What we have to do is, instead of giving this IP address, direct server IP address, see, some companies will follow like this, some companies will follow like this. Okay, instead of connecting to the server directly, because of security issues, what they will do, you know, we have to first connect to one intermediate server. Okay, from this server only we can connect to the jump server. From this jump server only we can connect to the actual server. Okay, that means what you have to do here, first you have to give this server IP address in the MSTSC. You will connect to the server remotely to this jump server. Okay, what is that server called? Jump server. Jump server. I'm explaining all the practices that are following, okay, in the organizations, different organizations, how they are going to follow the practices in connecting the servers. Okay, right. Sometimes you can directly connect, or else first you have to connect to the jump server. Jump server IP address you have to provide in the MSTSC screen. You have to connect to the jump server. From there again you have to type MSTSC here. Okay, in the jump server, once you connect it to the jump server, here again you have to type MSTSC. Then again you will get this screen. Okay, once you type MSTSC, you will get this screen, right? Now you have to enter this IP address in the jump server MSTSC screen. Is it clear, everyone? Either direct practice or indirect practice. Everyone, is it clear? Two times
Yes.
you have to type
Yes.
MSTSC. First in your
Yes,
laptop,
sir.
you have to type MSTSC. You have to connect to the
Clear.
jump
Clear.
server. Okay. Then once you connect it to the jump server, there you have to type MSTSC. Now you have to give this server IP address in the jump server. Then you can connect to the server remotely. That is how you have to practice if you are in the organization. Now most of the people, okay, are doing work from home only. What in case if I am doing work from home, how it will work? Okay, so let me build a new home. Okay, home, right? This is your home, right? Okay,
Shanmugh, I have a question on jump server.
yes, tell me.
Like, is it a jump server like thin client or something like that, which due to security issues, do they install some VM kind of things in that
Yes,
so
that
that we
is,
can?
see, jump servers can be anything. Jump servers can be a VMs, jump server can be a special softwares also. There are some
Okay.
applications, okay. There are some applications where they are going to collect all the servers information. There are some jump servers where they are going to collect all the servers information. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute, okay. Just a minute. Right, okay. So yes, there are some applications, okay, for jump servers. You can use that application also, or else simply they will give you the jump server name. You have to connect to the jump server directly and you have to use this method. Okay, clear? There are some applications, there are some softwares, RDP client, something softwares will be there, internal softwares, internal tools will be there. Either you have to go with that internal tool, first you have to connect to the jump server, then from there you have to connect to the original server. Is it clear, everyone?
Okay, can we say that jump server, it is similar to our laptop? So as
Yes,
of now,
yes,
like some
excellent,
we are
excellent. It's a
installing.
kind of laptop only. Due to extra
Okay,
security, we cannot connect to the server directly. Okay, you have to first
okay,
connect to one more laptop. From there, you can connect to the server. Okay,
okay, fine.
yes, fine. Imagine you are doing work from home. Okay, this is your home. Imagine this is your home, and you are doing work from home. And of course, okay, laptop, and this is your laptop. Okay, so because of signal issues, you're working on the roof. Okay, so what you can do is, in case if you are doing work from home, okay, first of all you have to immediately once you turn on the laptop, you have to connect to a one software. Can anyone tell me what is that software name?
VPN.
VPN, virtual private network. Okay, this is called VPN. There are different vendors in the market for this VPN. VPN is just a virtual private network. What it will do, it will create a bridge between your office network. Okay, let me go with this network. This is okay for us. And okay, let me go with this one. So here, imagine this is a network. Okay, here what happened, your server will be connected to this network, your jump server will be connected to this network, your laptop will be connected to this network. So all the resources will be connected to the single Infosys network, so no issues, happily you can work. Okay, but as you're working from home, what happened is, here you have to connect to your office network, but you are going to use one internet, right? You are going to use one internet provider, either okay, Airtel or Hathway or something. Okay, you are going to use one internet, ISP, internet service provider. Okay, so you can connect to the laptop, you can connect to the office network, that's it. You can connect to the office network, but you cannot connect to the office resources. What this jump server will do, it will simply act as a bridge between, okay, it will simply act as a bridge between, imagine this is your ISP. Okay, imagine this is your Hathway. Okay, so what, let me do one thing. Okay, it is your Airtel internet. Okay, Airtel internet. Right, so your laptop is connected to the internet. your laptop is connected to the internet. Right? But here, without using VPN software, you cannot connect to the office networks. VPN software will allow you to create a communication between your internet. You might use Airtel, you might use Hathway, you might use Act FiberNet, you might use Ticona, you might use local broadbands, you might use BSNL, whatever it might be. You are using one internet, or you are using your mobile cellular data, Jio, okay, Vodafone, Idea, whatever it is. So you are using your cellular data. That means you can simply, your laptop can simply connect to the internet. That's it. Your laptop cannot connect to the your office network. To connect to your office network, okay, first you have to connect to your VPN software. Okay, you have to first connect to the VPN software. This VPN software will help you to create a communication between your internet and your office network. Once you are connected to the office network, then from there you can access all the resources. Okay, then from there you can access all the resources. Agree everyone? Any issue, any doubts? Is it clear, guys?
No, sir.
Please let me know in case if you have any doubts. Means VPN software will simply help you to connect to the office network. That's it. Okay, VPN software will simply help you to connect to the office network. It doesn't do anything. It will simply help you to connect to the office network. So can anyone tell me any VPN softwares in the market?
Cisco
Citrix.
Pulse Secure.
Sorry, Citrix. Very good. Excellent. Citrix. And
Cisco Pulse Secure.
Pulse Secure. Excellent. Okay. Pulse Secure is one more thing. Cisco Pulse Secure is a VPN, and we have lot of other softwares
FortiGate.
also. Okay. And
FortiGate.
yes. Okay. Cisco VPN, Cisco Pulse Secure. Okay. Pulse Secure. This is one thing. And we will have, what is that?
FortiGate.
Global Protect. Yes, Global Protect. We have one more new one is Global Protect is also one more VPN software. So these are the different VPN softwares. So once FortiClient. Okay, yes, very good, Muthu. FortiClient. So I guess a lot of people are working right in this batch. So you can tell me what are the VPN softwares you are using. Okay, you are using FortiClient, Muthu.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Cisco AnyConnect, good. Okay, Global. Okay, right. These are the different Pulse Secure, of course. Okay, so these are the different VPN software. So your Windows team, once you got the laptop from your organization, your Windows team either they will install Cisco or Pulse Secure or Global Protect, FortiClient, whatever it want. Whatever they are following, they will install one VPN software. Then only you can work from home. You can do the work from home. Without VPN, you cannot connect to the office network. If you cannot connect to the office network, you cannot connect to the servers. Agree? Is it clear, everyone? Any issue in connecting server remotely? Clear, right? So what I can
Yes,
do
sir.
now? Yeah, let me create a communication to my Oracle VM. Okay, on-prem VM. I'll refer two terminologies. If I'm working on Oracle VM, I'll refer it as a on-prem VM. If I'm working for Azure VM, I'll refer it as a Azure VM. Okay, on-prem VM means clearly it is a Oracle VM. Okay, right. So I just created Oracle VM yesterday, but I haven't created any remote connections to this. I have to enable remote connections. Then only I can connect to the server remotely. First of all, if I want to connect to this server batch 41, I should know the computer name or else I should know the IP address, right? I don't know anything. So first I have to find out the IP address or computer name. How can I do that? In case if you want to find out the computer name or IP address, first of all, you have to log into the server. Okay, how can I log in, guys? Remember, very careful. How can I log into this server? First of all, you have to use, what is the shortcut? What is the key collection we are going to use? Keyboard keys we are going to use to log into the machine.
Control Alt Delete.
Shown on the screen, right?
Control delete, sir.
Right. It is clearly showing Control Alt Delete. Okay, but Control Alt Delete won't work. Okay, right. Of course, you
Control
have
D.
to remove one key. You have to use Control plus Delete. Okay. You have to use Control plus, click on this black screen once, Control plus Delete. Okay. In the two, you cannot use all controls. There are two control buttons on your keyboard. One is on left side, another one is on right side, which is near to the arrow keys. Okay. Use right side control key, not left side control key. Use your right side, which is near to the arrow keys. Use that control button plus delete button. No need of alt button, just control plus delete. Note down somewhere. Again you will call me, sir, I am unable to log in, sir, I am unable to log in, sir, like that you will ask me. So nothing is there. Simply press right control plus delete. That's it. No alt button, only two keys, right control plus delete. Write it down clearly, right control plus delete. Then you will get this window. Yesterday after installation we gave one password, right? That password you have to give here. Once you give that password, then it will allow us to log into the machine. Once the machine is logged in, then you have to check the IP address first, and you have to check the computer name also. Computer name, you will get an alphanumeric name, server name. Okay, you will get an alphanumeric name. Guys, I have a question for all of you. Fastest fingers first. How can I find out the server name and IP address? Fastest fingers first, direct message to me. Whenever I said fastest fingers first, you have to send direct message to me. Let me check the winners. Command ipconfig, Sajal, Windows run ipconfig only for IP address, MSTCS, Santosh, no, go to run type command, okay. ifconfig, okay, ipconfig all, okay, fine. But what about the server name? Everyone is saying how to find out the IP address, but how to find out the server name, guys? I want answers, both answers, server name and IP address I want to see. Let me check. Okay. Muthu host name. Okay, fine. Right. Okay. Click system and security system. Okay. I want command, Chandrakant command. Okay. Right. Okay. Muthu said host name. Yes, Muthu, you are correct. Okay. So, 1 minute. Who said IP config first? Chandrakant. Okay. Right. Chandrakant, next is Kusuma. Okay. So IP config, you have to type, simply go to the machine, open command prompt. Okay. So go to the machine, right? What you can do, just minimize the server. You will get the server manager screen regularly. Once you logged into the server, you will get the server manager screen. Even though in the organizations also you will get the same screen. You can either close it or you can minimize it. If you want to open it again, it will be here. Okay. A server with a briefcase is called server manager. Okay. Open command prompt, just Windows plus run, Windows plus R, you will get run screen. Type CMD, you will get command prompt. Type ipconfig, don't give any spaces. You can find out the IP address. See here, IPv4 address you can see, right? This is my actual IP, 10.0.2.15. Okay, this is my actual IP, right? And computer name, how can we find out computer name? We can find out in two ways. One is the command is host name. You can see the computer name, right, or server name. Okay, or else you can go to this folder, this PC, go to the my computer properties or this PC properties. Go to the properties, there you can see the computer name. Okay, you can see the computer name, right? In these two ways you can find out the server name. Okay, either by using command host name, you have to type in the command prompt. GUI means go to the this PC properties, there you can find out the server name also. That is another way. Right now, this is how we'll find out the server name and IP address. Very important, guys. Tomorrow I will ask everyone, okay, how to check the server name and IP address, right? So actually, by using this IP address, I cannot connect to the server 10.0.2.15. Make sure you are getting internet. If you are getting internet, you can see here, okay, internet access. Once you place your cursor, you can see internet access. Sometimes you can see warning symbol on this computer, means no internet access. If you see no internet access, you cannot connect to the server remotely, guys. If you want to practice remote connections, make sure your virtual VM is connected to the internet. Sir, how it will be connected to the internet? Once your laptop is connected to the internet, your virtual VM also will be connected to the internet. Okay, no need to do any settings to connect to the internet. If your laptop is connected to the internet, then it will be connected to the internet. Okay, guys, clear? Right. Now we have to do two small settings to connect to the server remotely. What are those two settings? I'll show you. One setting you have to do it from your virtual machine settings. This is your virtual machine, right? Go to settings, and what you can do, go to the network part. Okay.
Bridge.
Yes. Okay. Go to the network part. Here you can see NAT, right? Select bridged adapter, first setting, and expand this advanced, select allow all. Okay. This is the first setting. Both actions you can consider it as a first setting. Next, go to the server. Okay. See here, you will get you got warning message, right? Once you logged into the server, you will get this yes or no screen. Click on yes button. Don't press no button, just click on yes button. See, now you can see internet. Again, you got the internet access. Now go to this PC properties again. Okay, again this PC properties. Go to remote settings. Now you can see here allow remote connections to this computer. Click OK. Guys, remember, this is very important. You can keep it as it is. Some computers will accept this checkbox, some computers won't accept this checkbox. Now I'm keeping the setting as it is. I'm not changing, I'm not unchecking this option. Simply I'm selecting apply. Okay. In case if you got the error, I'll show you how to fix the error. Right. Now go to the command prompt. Now the IP address will be changed. Earlier 10.0.2.15, right? Now it will be changed. Again, use your up arrow keys to get the last command. Up arrow, down arrow, no need to type again the whole command. Use your up arrow keys. Now I'm using up arrow, I'll get host name, that is my last command. Again up arrow, I'll get the last command, last to last command. Then you will get IP config. See here, IP address is changed. Earlier it is 10 series, now it is 192 series. If it is showing 192 series, that means it is successfully connected to the internet and you can happily connect to the server remotely. If it is not showing 192 series, if it is still showing 10 series only, that means something went wrong. You have to fix that issue, right? Now I can see 192 series, right? Now how to connect to the server remotely? Go to your, guys, one more important thing, please, people will do the same mistake. Here you will open MSTSC and you will type, okay, the server IP address, right? So people will confuse here. What you people will do, you know, let me go to the diagram, I'll explain again. Usually we have to type MSTSC in the laptop and you have to connect to the server, right? What people will do, you will open MSTSC here and you are trying to connect to the same server. Is it possible?
No.
Is it possible, guys?
No.
Not possible. Okay, so don't type MSTSC in your server. Again, people will call me today and they will ask, sir, I'm unable to connect to the server remotely. What you are doing, simply they will log into the server, they will type MSTSC. No, guys, from here to here you have to connect. How we can connect? By using MSTSC tool. It's a small tool. So where you have to type your MSTSC? In your laptop, you have to type your MSTSC. Once you got the MSTSC screen, you have to enter this server IP address. Simply log into the server and typing MSTSC here and connecting to the same server remotely from the same server will give you a error. Okay, so don't do that. Type MSTSC in your laptop. Okay, go to this. Yes,
I
yes.
have one question. Within that SQL servers, say some servers that will have some interconnection with some other servers, right? So it is possible for that server to connect to other servers.
That is the organization setup. See, that might be enabled or disabled. You cannot expect. Okay.
Oh.
That is possible. That is possible. From this server also you can connect to other servers, but again it depends upon the connections. Okay, if organization is enabled those connections, you can connect, but that is different. Okay, that is called a jump server. In case if you are doing MSTSC from here and you are connecting to other servers, then that is your MSTSC. That is jump server. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, fine.
Right. So guys, now is it clear, everyone, where I have to type MSTSC, in my server or in my local laptop? Where? Everyone, I need answers from everyone, please. Everyone, please type your answer.
Local tab.
Local laptop.
Please type your answer. Don't know how many of you are responding. Please type your answer. Everyone, I have to see 28 responses. I'm waiting, guys. I'm waiting. I cannot move once if I don't get the answers from you. Till 11 messages came. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 10 more persons, 22, 23, 5 more persons, 5 more persons. Please respond. Please respond, 5 more persons. Otherwise, I'll ask you 4 more persons, 3 more persons. Still missing with the 3 people. If you sleep, woke up, please, woke up. 2 more people, 2 more people. If you are still sleeping, please woke up. Please, 2 more people. 2 more people. 1 more people. One woke up and 1 more is still sleeping. Yes, guys. Please. I guess he went to deep sleep. Okay, no problem. 1 person, right? We can excuse him. Okay, right. Right. So you have to type. Let me check the answers first. Okay, fine. Everyone is question, please. Okay, Santosh. Okay, so where we have to type the MSTSC in your local laptop or in your server? In my scenario, not in the organization scenario. Okay, very good, excellent. Okay, so I got the response from Santosh. Fine. Right, you have to type your local, you have to type the MSTSC in your local laptop, not in your server, or else simply select the Windows button and just click on this remote desktop connection. Right now, what I have to give, I have to give this IP address, guys. Okay, this IP address 192.168.1.11. Okay, so go to the remote desktop again. This is the screen, right? So just check it 192.168.1.11. Come on. It's not typing, right? 192.168.1.11. Okay, so connect as usual. Remaining everything is as usual. You will get the screen. You have to give this machine username and password. The virtual machine username and password here you have to give. What is the username? Administrator. This is fixed. Okay, for on-prem VMs, username is always administrator. For Oracle VMs, username is different. Okay, the one which you gave while creating the machine. But for on-prem, you cannot provide any name. Automatically, administrator will be taken. So you have to use this administrator as the username and password while creating this machine. After installing this machine, you will get one window to set up one password. That password you have to give it here. Okay, so let me type my password and enter. Right, expected. We'll get this error, guys. Okay, you will get this error. I just wantedly generated this error. Want to show you people will get this error. What I have to do now? Can anyone tell me how to troubleshoot this error? Simply, if you remember here in the machine, okay.
Uncheck that.
Yes, very good. Go to the properties again. I asked you to remember one setting, right? Remote settings. Uncheck this option. Okay, that means those who got the error. What is the error? CRED SSP error. Okay, what is the error? This one. Okay, this could be due to CRED SSP encryption Oracle remediation. If you got this error, this is the solution. People sometimes you will get this error, so that's why I'm explaining again. So if you got this error, go to this PC properties of the server, apply, uncheck this option, apply and click OK, and then again try to connect. Okay, click. Where is that IP address? Okay, again just click on connect button. And now again give the username administrator. First time if you are connecting, then you have to provide the administrator and password. Next time if you are connecting to the same server, it will only ask you the password. No need to provide username. Now click yes. This is how you have to connect to the on-prem server remotely. 192.168.1.1. The meeting is going to close now. Please, please join with the same meeting link. I'm opening the new meeting. Okay, please join. Please use the same link to join. Let me open.